students. So today we are going to discuss about the assignment of PHP, HTML, PHP and MySQL connectivity. So in this assignment we have created the form, HTML form, which is the front end part. Then we'll be writing PHP code to connect the HTML content with the MySQL database. In this we'll perform the operations of different operations: insert, update, delete, and select the data from the MySQL. So to start with, I have installed the XAMPP server. So XAMPP is basically combined module used into PHP, which includes different modules: Apache, MySQL, Tomcat, and different server modules. So I have this control panel is XAMPP control panel. So when you use Windows system, you use XAMPP control panel, but when you use Ubuntu system, as you already know, we have used WAMP server. So we have installed WAMP, and accordingly we have copied our PHP and HTML files in on the WAMP server. So that was the Ubuntu part, but here we are working on Windows system. So whenever your XAMPP is installed, then the directory is created. That directory is available in C drive. So XAMPP directory. So it installed all the XAMPP files. So there is a directory called as htdoc. So this htdoc includes the index.php. So this will ensure that you have installed the XAMPP server. So you go to web browser and then you access the local host. So once you access the local host, then you'll get this index.php. So this will make sure that you have installed XAMPP successfully. So once XAMPP is installed, then you can also see that MySQL is installed. So this is the interface for the MySQL. So I have created the MySQL database. The name of the database is db1. So this is MySQL interface. So once these database and servers are available, then you go to XAMPP htdoc directory. Then either you can create new directory or you can copy your all files in the same directory. So I have created the new directory. The directory name is new. So inside that you have one HTML file, one PHP file. You can create new PHP file here. So you can access or create new PHP file. Suppose you have created new PHP file. File name is b.php. Then you can open this file. You write some sample code. You save this file, and then again you go to browser. Then you enter the name of the directory that you have created. So I have directory name new, and I have b.php. So this will access b.php, which will print hello statement, which we have written in echo method. Similarly, you can access the, suppose if I click new, it shows all the files that I have. I have HTML file. So this is my HTML form that is required for the database connectivity part. So we'll move ahead. So first we'll see the HTML file. So I have the HTML file, so which includes different fields: first name, last name, date of birth, then gender, email, mobile address. So you can take all the fields. This already we have done it in different form, different types of codes, solid, JSP. So you are familiar with this form. So what is important in this form is you need to understand that you have input type, right? and you have given the property called as name, right? So this name property is, so we have given the property called as name. So this name property is important, which is required into PHP for connectivity part. So we have this form with us. So along with this I have taken the different buttons. So input type is submit, and names are insert, delete, select, and update. So this creates 4 different buttons which will be required for performing all the 4 operations. So this is the HTML form that we have. So after the HTML form, we'll go into the PHP and we'll write the PHP code into it. So we have seen that how hello is printed. So we have done that part. So once you start writing the PHP database connectivity, the first important part required into the connectivity is declaring the server name, then username, password, and database name. So these 4 variables we need to define first. So I'll be using the code which available with me. So in first part, what you do have is you need to add 4 variables. So first variable is server name. So my server name is localhost, then username root, then password root, and then database name is db1. So you can use db or you can use db1. So I'll check what I have used in my program. So form 1 is my form and db is my database name. So I'll use the same. db is my database name. Okay, I've used the same. Let's check into the database first. So you can use db and then you can describe the table called as form 1. Yes, so we have 2 fields, first name and last name. I have taken 2 fields. You can, while you people are doing, you can take all the fields and you can perform all the operations. So first name and last name, 2 values I have taken. So after this 4 variables, so we'll understand what are the 4 variables. Server name is a system name which is current system called as localhost. Then username is root. This username and password is for MySQL. So both are root, username and password. And the database that you have created is DB. Inside the DB we have a table called as form1 that is required later on. So after that we'll be creating 2 more fields, first name and last name, which will be taken from the HTML. So when you taken the values from the HTML, you have to take like this. Suppose the field called as first name, then you can use, for example, if I have a field called as first name, or in short I'll write f name, then I have to write $_post capital, in bracket. I need to write the variable field, suppose f name. So what the meaning of this $_post will read the value of the HTML name. Suppose you have the input type text and the name is first. So this name we have to write here as a first. So this $_post will read the value of your text field called as first. This first is the name of the text field of the HTML. So this will read the value and stored into the variable called as fname. Yes, and this fname you can pass into the further queries like insert, update and delete. Similarly, you can use it. So first name and last name, two fields we have. So we'll take fname and lname. So last, right, and this will, so both the values, if user enters something in the first name and last name, by PHP it will be stored in the variable called as fname and lname, right? So these variables we have. Next to this we have 4 buttons created. So these 4 buttons we have to stored into the variables. So these buttons names we have given. So this name of the button, we can suppose we go to the form and we'll see these names: insert, delete, select and update. So we have these 4 names, and these 4 names are used into PHP. So similar to this, first name and last name, name of insert is stored into insert, delete, select and update. So this is required when you perform the specific action on specific button. Like if you click on insert, only the part of insert get executed, or if you press on delete button, only delete get executed, other stuff will not get executed. So for the specific action of the button, these values are stored. So this insert, delete, select, update into post method, $_post methods are the names of the input type submit, and these are the variables of the PHP which stores that values. Next to this, we'll check whether the connection is established or not. So what we have to write is, we'll write the code. Code is if $con connect underscore error, right? So before that we need to write connection string. So this connection string we have to write. So I forgot to write this connection string. So immediately after the variable declaration, we have to write $con variable, then new MySQL first server name, username, password and database name. So we need to pass all these 4 variables into MySQL. So MySQL is like object oriented method for the PHP MySQL connectivity. So it takes 4 parameters. All these 4 parameters are passed, and then this connection string is available in $con. So we'll check if $con connect underscore error. That means if is there any error with this, either server name is wrong or username is wrong or password or database is not matched, then it fetches the error. Otherwise it says connection established. So this part is basically if else part is checking the whether connection is established or not. So once this is done, then we'll check the code. So we'll write this for, and we'll execute b.php. Sorry. Localhost /new /b.php. So this says hello and first statement, and this says connection established. You kindly ignore these notices because we have declared different variables and we have not used it. So we have declared fname, lname, insert, delete, select, update, and we have not we have initialized, but we have not used. Because of that, it shows the notice. Kindly ignore that notice. We'll use it. Then once you use it, that warnings will be removed. So next part is after establishment of the connection, then we'll write the first operation. So what we'll write in first operation, that I'll tell you. So basically in first operation, insert operation, we'll write the code So code is like this: if $insert is equals to true. That means, what is $insert? $insert is like this insert variable. This insert variable is true only when user. So first operation is insert operation. So how is understand that whether he has used the insert operation? So first, if insert is equals to true. What is the insert? Insert is basically this variable, and this variable is check that whether you have pressed the insert button or not. Right? So when user click on the insert, it will read by this using the name. It will store in insert variable. If this is true, that means user has clicked on the insert. Then go to the loop. Then we'll write $SQL insert is the variable. Then insert query, insert into database table. So I have created the database table called as form1 values, and I'm passing fname and lname. So this fname and lname are the values, right? So these values. So these values are the first name and last name values. So user enters first name and last name in text fields. It will be recorded by the PHP variable using post method. It will be stored in fname and lname variable, and you can pass this fname and lname variable into single quotes into insert queries, right? So this double single quote is valid when we have characters or string variable, but if we have integer variables, no single quotes are required. You can directly pass. Suppose mobile number is there, so for mobile number you don't use the quotes, you can write only mobile number field, right? So with this you can go with next part is if $con query. So query method is used and we have to pass the variable. So this variable is passed equal to true. That means by connection string, if this query is successfully executed, right? If it is true, then please check, then display the statement record inserted successfully, else record fail, right? So simple insert operation. So this is the PHP part for the insert operation. Now what we'll do, as we required the form and form action is required, so what we'll do, we'll go to HTML, we'll go to browser, we copy this path, then we'll go to HTML. So in form action we have to give this path. So where is the form? This is the form. So in form action I'll write this localhost new b.php. So what I'll do now, I'll run the form. This is my form. I have two fields, right? So my first field is, for example, first name. So I'll write Shrikant 123. Then I'll write last name Kokate 123, for example. So I'll click on the. So when I click on the insert button, as we have written here, code if insert equals to true. So when you click on the insert button, this gets true and it will enter into that code. If I press delete, it will not enter into insert, but it will check only for delete part, and like that. So now see here, only 3 warnings because 3 variables, delete, update and select is not used, only insert is used. So connection established is the message, and then you have a record inserted successfully. right? So we'll check into database whether record is successfully stored into database. Then select star from form 1. So last record is inserted, right? So first operation is over. Now we'll move ahead for the second operation. So operations, other two operations, delete and update is similar to insert because it comes under the DML. Only select is different because it comes under the DDL statement. So next part is your delete operation. So we'll write the code for the delete. It's very simple. So what I'll do is I'll here. So if $delete is equals to true, okay, then SQL statement SQL delete is equals to delete from table name where fname, this fname is column name, this fname is what user enters, right? So we'll take value fname from the user, we'll compare with the database, and then we'll delete that value. So if $con query, which query, SQL delete is equals to true. अगर ये हो रहा है then record deleted successfully, else fail, right? So while writing else fail, what we are doing, we are writing statement failed, and then we are also printing the error. So $con error. So this dot is used for the concatenation, $con this connection, and error. So this will print why it fails. We'll check with that error also. So once this is done, second, then we'll try for the delete. So again we'll run the form and we'll give some random input. Let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6. Sorry. So delete. So just a minute, I'll check with the input. So we'll write suppose Shrikant 1 2 3 and we'll click on delete. So record deleted successfully, and then we'll see the database. So last record is deleted. Okay, so this is the delete operation. So this is delete operation that we have checked. So next part is update operation. So we'll see the how to update the existing value into the database. So it is similar to insert and delete operation. As I already told, it is part of DML query. So if $update is equals to true, and that means when you click on the update and it is true, then update query which stored into select update variable. So update from update table set last name is equals to this, fname is equals to this, where fname is equals to value. So we'll set last name depending on the first name value, and again $con query $SQL update equals to true, then record updated successfully, else record failed. So first we'll check the value from the database. So Shrikant Kokate is two values are there. So what we'll do, we'll update the same value. So we'll check. First name is Shrikant and last name is Kokate, and we need to update that value. So Kokate 123 will do. So, and we'll click on the update. So I was talking about the update operation. So we are setting L name. So we are changing L name with respect to F name. We are seeing the query. So I have database, suppose ASD and ASD, first name and last name are same. Then we can go with ASD and ASD 123. So we'll go update. So record updated successfully. So we'll again check the database. So this ASD L name becomes ASD 123. So this says record updated successfully. So this is updated part. Next we have to see the select query. So we'll see the select part. So select is DDL query, which is different from the previous three queries. So again, if $select is equals to true, then we have $SQL select first name last name from table name from one. Then we have $con query $select. So we'll be storing the result of the query, because results are into the multiple rows and we need to print that multiple rows. So result is storing into $result variable. So if $result equals to number of rows greater than 0, that means you have at least more than one row, more than 0 row, that is more one or more than one rows. In that case, we'll check while $row result fetch underscore associates. So it either fetch underscore array or fetch underscore associates. So basically in PHP we have discussed there are different types of arrays. First is numeric array, then associative array, and third is multi-dimensional array. So when we read the array, so numeric array, it has only values. When we read the associative arrays, it has key and its value. So here we are reading associative value because we need to read key, column name and its value. Okay, so either you can use this or you can use fetch underscore row instead of associative array. So this stores into the row, result stored into the row, and then we have echo first name colon $row first name. So this $row, so whatever results we have paged that are stored into the $row, and we are passing first index of $row. First index is first name, similarly last L name is the second index, and we are doing the concatenation. So it prints first name, first row, last name, last row. Like this, it is into the while loop, so it prints all the first name and last name till the last row it prints. Else, if you don't have number of rows greater than 0, then it prints 0 results. So this is the select part that we have. So we'll again run the form and we'll click on the select button. So sorry. So open the form and we have select button. So what happened? Recorded successfully. Okay, so this is the select first name. So it prints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So number of rows are 6. These are printed. So first name, this is text we have given. The Shrikant is printed because of $row underscore first name. And Kokate 123 printed because of $row last name. So these values get printed. So this statement prints the number of rows from the database table form 1. So this is the select operation that we have seen. So we have seen the 4 operations: insert. This is the insert part. Then we have seen the delete. This is the delete part. Only query is the change. Other part is very same. So next is update. And last is select. Select has a small change because it reads number of rows stored into a row, because it reads associative array, and then it prints the number of rows. So this includes all the operation that we have with respect to PHP and MySQL database connectivity. I hope this will help you to execute your own assignment. So and you can practice for it. Whenever you see there is any problem while doing or performing this assignment, so you please let me know. So if you are doing it on Ubuntu, few people may have Ubuntu operating system. So if you don't have XAMPP server, because XAMPP is for Windows system, and if you have a Ubuntu system, then few tips. So you required XAMPP server. Then you can use the URL. You search on Google for install. Sorry, not WAMP. It's WAMP or it's LAMP. Both are having same facilities. So install LAMP on Ubuntu. So once this you'll get ask Ubuntu website. Then you follow 6 steps to install PHP. MySQL and Apache. Okay. After that, what you can do, you go to directory called as var www html. For this you have to use command called as sudo nautilus, because it will not allow you to create the directory or file into it. So you can run this command and you can copy paste your files. So after this, you copy your files, HTML and PHP files, and then you run through browser. So you follow these steps if you are doing it on the Ubuntu. I hope you people will understand this PHP and database connectivity. With this I will end here this assignment. Thank you.